Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know, my name is Izara. I go by Izzy, and today I decided to do a little quick video today. Since I am now going to be graduating college in about 5 months, I thought it would be a good idea just to come on here and just share my experience of how my college life has been going, and just share a little advice or insight on anybody who's just entering college, because I have learned a lot from being in college. So we can just get right into the video. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm just looking at the notes that I have that I just want to touch base on. Now, getting right into it, the first thing that any person knows when entering college, unless they don't have this type of style, is dorms and roommates. What I suggest is, if they give you an option where you can choose your roommates, I always say to choose your roommates, get to know them, because it's nothing worse than getting randomly paired with a group of people and they're like the worst people ever. Like, if they're dirty, they don't buy anything, or annoying, or do rude stuff. So I would say that's one of the tips that I would state, is to choose your roommate if you have the option to choose your roommate. The second thing I would state, just going off of roommates, is once you do enter your dorm, depending on how your dorm is, I would state to split the chores of the dorms. What I mean by split the chores, like if there's a common area inside of your little dorm room, I would state, like, so you can mop, sweep, clean bathroom, clean sinks, anything like that. Just split the chores. Say, these days of the week I'll clean this days of the week I'll clean that, because my experience having roommates, I was always the one cleaning, and it drove me crazy. It's because I'm not your maid, I'm your roommate. Why do I have to keep cleaning up after you, type of thing? So I would say to make sure you're splitting chores. The next thing going off of that is splitting expenses. Everybody knows, unless you just want to be the type of person who just keeps everything in their dorm and only use your stuff and not touch anybody else's, everybody knows that you have to buy toilet paper. Depending on what type of dorm you have, some people got apartment style dorms where they have a kitchen inside their dorm. You might have to buy pots and pans, dish soap, dish rags, etc., like a regular apartment. So I would say once you choose your roommates and you're comfortable with your roommates and y'all just split up the chores, y'all can also split expenses too, of who's gonna buy what. Because I have, once again, had experience where I bought things for the entire dorm and I continued to buy things for the entire dorm and nobody else bought anything. So I was stuck with that expense because I couldn't go out with without some of the stuff that I bought, so I had to continue to buy it. Like, you can't go without toilet tissue or paper towels or soap. Like, you need that stuff. The next thing that I would get into is the food. My suggestion is what I did, is buy a mini fridge, because 9 times out of 10 the cafeteria food is horrible. Like, the food is just horrible. So I would say to buy a mini fridge so you could end up buying your own food, go grocery shopping, buy your own drinks, etc. The colleges that I went to, the food is just like, why am I paying to eat here and there's no food to eat here? Like, they don't have a wide variety of stuff, and it's always something that's like basic that you can just buy cheaper. So I would say to just get a mini fridge. The next thing I will go into is your classes. Now, let me tell you about classes. 8 a.m. classes in college is way different than 8 a.m. classes in high school. If you want to take 8 a.m. classes in college, I would suggest to take 2 online classes. Because most of the time, if you're in college, you have 4 classes that you take. So I would say do 2 on-ground classes and then do 2 online classes. I will tell you another perk in a little bit as to why that's a good thing to take. Sorry if you hear that sound in the background. That's my water pipe. makes that noise and there's no way to fix it. So I have to listen to this all day, or, you know, but anyway. Like I was stating, I was stated to take 2 online classes because them 8 a.m. classes hit heavy. When I tell you, you will be tired. Also with the 8 a.m. classes, depending on the type of college you go to, you have to be in that class for like an hour or 2, depending on the course load, or depending on the class. So from 8 a.m. and then being in there for hours. And some professors, they like to talk the entire time. They don't do activities or anything like that or take breaks. So like imagine they're talking for an hour, 2 hours, depending on how your class is. Yeah, that the 8 a.m. will drag. And the reason why I say also going back to taking 2 online classes is because say that you do work study and you have a job. This is what I was coming to when I said there's benefits with that also. Not only does it give you a break from taking 8 a.m. classes, but it also gives you time to, like, you know, study for other classes, because usually online classes, the work is due that Sunday. So it gives you a little extra time to get your regular on ground classes done, so that you can then do your online classes. So another perk is, like, some people do work study and have a regular job. So so it just gives you a little extra time to work your regular job and do your work study, so that you don't have to feel overwhelmed. Because if you do all on ground classes, try to obtain a job that's at part-time, because you can't do full-time in college unless you're doing online college. But that's part-time and doing work study at the same time. You will be exhausted by the end of the day. So doing 8 a.m.s, and then if you can't do all 8 a.m.s and then you're doing afternoon classes, work study, then your regular job, your day will be full. Plus you have to work in studying and doing homework. Yeah, that's to me, I tried that. I was tired. I didn't go to bed until like close to 1 or 2 in the morning sometimes, because I was doing studying or doing papers or homework or whatnot. And then when I switched to doing 2 on ground and 2 online, it was way easier doing it that way, way easier. That goes into my next topic is textbooks for classes. Let me tell you a little secret. Do not buy textbooks unless the class says it's required. If it says recommended or look into or anything like that, or if your professor just doesn't come straight out and say buy these textbooks, do not buy them. Do you know how many times I have bought textbooks for my classes and we did not touch them once? I wasted about close to $1,000 on textbooks, and I didn't even use them. So I have a whole pile of textbooks that are sitting in my room that I don't even use anymore. And I'm a legal studies major. I'm in college as a legal studies major. So imagine, like, you know, regular textbooks, and then you have to buy law books too. So yeah, when you take your basically your academic classes like English, math, anything literature, depending on what your class is called, don't buy the textbooks unless they say it's required. I'm telling you, you'll save a lot of money and a lot of time. And so far, that's it. The last thing I can state is just try to have fun also, because it's college. You know, you're away from family, depending on what college you go to. You're trying to have fun. Don't be in all the time, you know, because college is just an experience. And yeah, that's it that I have. I hope that you take my advice. I hope that I taught y'all something. If y'all have any questions, don't hesitate to comment down below, and I can try to make a video again if y'all have any questions. Thanks for watching.